The moment you realized something wasn't right, it wasn't the yelling. It wasn't even the silence. It was the confusion. That quiet, sickening feeling in your stomach when you walked away from a conversation thinking, wait, did I just apologize for something they did? You replayed it. You journaled it. You prayed over it. And the more you prayed, the clearer it became. They weren't just difficult. They were destroying you. And the question that haunted you at 3 a.m., why would God let this happen? Why would He place me in this life, in this marriage, in this family, in this friendship with Him? That question is the door. And today, we're going to walk through it together. Welcome to Guardians, people. This is your sanctuary. This is where the chosen ones come to remember who they are. If this is your first time here, subscribe now and hit that notification bell. We don't just make videos. We deliver revelations. And if you've been with us, you already know every word is timed for you. No accidents. You clicked for a reason. The ancestors, the angels, the Most High directed your scroll to this exact moment. Settle in. Breathe. Shoulders down. Jaw unclenched. What you're about to hear isn't information. It's activation. Type your birth month. I'll show you the season heaven assigned you. Let me start with a story. 15 years. That's how long I stayed. 15 years of marriage, 15 years of walking on eggshells, of recording conversations in my head so I could prove to myself I wasn't crazy, of apologizing for things I didn't do, of shrinking so he wouldn't feel threatened, of carrying the entire emotional weight of a household while he carried nothing. And the whole time, I prayed, Lord, change him. Lord, heal us. Lord, restore this marriage. Lord, help me be a better wife. I believed the suffering was holy. I believed my endurance was worship. I believed if I just loved him hard enough, sacrificed enough, prayed enough, the Most High would honor the covenant. Then one night, clear as a bell, the Lord spoke. Not a whisper, not a nudge, a sentence. He is not going to change. You are free to leave. I froze. My breath stopped. 15 years of wait on the Lord. And the Lord said, go, not try harder, not pray more. Go. The court date came. The judge looked at the paperwork, looked at me, looked at my 12-year-old daughter, and said, I normally don't allow this, but you can leave the state with her. 2 weeks later, we were in Oregon. California in the rearview. My daughter and I, we were happy. For the first time in years, happy. Not surviving, not managing, happy. And I thought, why didn't you tell me sooner? Why 15 years? And the Lord said, you weren't ready to hear it. You needed the 15 years to become the woman who could leave. That's the truth I want to give you today. You were not placed in a narcissist's life to be destroyed. You were placed there to be awakened. And the awakening, it hurts. It costs. It takes everything you thought you were and burns it down to what you actually are. But on the other side, freedom. Real freedom. The kind the Most High died to give you. Let's define the territory first. Because the enemy works in the vague. Narcissism, biblically, is the spirit of Leviathan. Job 41. He beholds all high things. He is king over all the children of pride. It's not a personality disorder. It's not a diagnosis. It's a spirit of pride, a spirit of entitlement, a spirit that twists truth, a spirit that inverts reality, a spirit that feeds on your light. And you, the chosen one, you carry the light. That's why they found you. That's why they had to find you. The moth doesn't accidentally fly into the flame. The moth is drawn. You are the flame. They are the moth. But, and this is critical, the flame does not exist for the moth. The flame exists to illuminate. The flame exists to warm. The flame exists to be. The moth's destruction is not the flame's fault. The moth's destruction is not the flame's purpose. You were not created to be consumed. You were created to burn. And the narcissist, the Leviathan spirit, was allowed into your life to reveal what you're made of. Not to destroy you, to refine you. Gold doesn't know it's gold until it hits the fire. You didn't know your strength until you had to survive them. You didn't know your voice until they tried to silence it. You didn't know your boundaries until they violated them. You didn't know your God, really know him, until he was the only one left standing beside you. The narcissist was the fire. But you are the gold. Comment gold if you just felt that shift. Now 7 reasons. 7 biblical reasons why the Most High allowed this. Not to punish you, to position you. Reason 1, to expose the idols. You had an idol. We all do. For me, it was marriage, the institution, the image. I can fix this. That if I just love harder. That idol sat on the throne of my heart, above the Most High. I worshiped the idea of covenant more than the God of covenant. The narcissist shattered that idol. They made the marriage so unbearable, so impossible that you had to choose the idol or God. You chose God. That's why you're here. The narcissist was the hammer that broke the false God off the throne. Painful. Yes. Holy. Also yes. Reason 2, to teach you the voice. 1 Kings 19. Elijah. Cave. Wind. Earthquake. Fire. Then the still small voice. You couldn't hear the still small voice in the palace. You needed the cave. You needed the isolation. You needed the silence they created, the silent treatments, the stonewalling, the withholding. That silence became your sanctuary. In the quiet they weaponized, you heard God. The narcissist's silence trained your spiritual ears. Every time they went quiet, you learned to listen deeper. That's a gift. A terrible, beautiful gift. You now hear the Most High in frequencies most believers never access. Because you had to. Reason 3, to sever the trauma bond. The trauma bond, it's not love. It's addiction. Intermittent reinforcement. Crumbs after starvation. Kindness after cruelty. Your nervous system got addicted to their cycle. The Most High allows the cycle to escalate, to become so extreme, so grotesque, so undeniable. Escalation is your deliverance. Every time they got worse, they were actually breaking the bond for you. They did the work you couldn't do yourself. They made the poison so toxic, you had to spit it out. Thank them for that. Reason 4, to reveal the counterfeit. You thought you knew what love was. You thought love was endurance. Love was sacrifice. Love was silence. Love was taking it. That's not love. That's slavery. The narcissist showed you in high definition what love is not. So now when real love shows up, you recognize it. You recognize the respect, the reciprocity, the safety, the space. You would never have known the real thing if you hadn't lived inside the fake. The narcissist was the dark backdrop that makes the diamond visible. Without the fake, you'd still be settling for plastic. Reason 5, to activate your authority. Luke 10 verse 19. Behold, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. You don't get authority by reading about it. You get authority by using it. The narcissist forced you to use it. Every boundary you set, authority. Every no you spoke, authority. Every time you walked away, authority. Every time you refused to argue, authority. You have been in a 3-year, 5-year, 15-year authority training program. You are now dangerous to the enemy. You carry a level of spiritual authority that only comes from surviving the serpent. The Most High needed you dangerous. The narcissist made you dangerous. Reason 6, to separate the wheat from the chaff. The flying monkeys. The enablers. The neutral friends. The family who said, honor your mother and father, while they dishonored you. The narcissist exposed every single one of them. You didn't have to investigate. You didn't have to wonder. The narcissist did the work. They revealed who was actually for you. The ones who stayed silent revealed. The ones who believed the lies revealed. The ones who said both sides revealed. You now have a clean circle. A vetted circle. A circle that survived the fire. That is rare. That is valuable. The narcissist purged your life for you. Reason 7, to birth your testimony. Revelation 12 verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Your testimony is your weapon, not your pain. You're overcoming. The narcissist gave you a story that no one else can tell. A story that will set thousands free. A story that carries authority because you lived it. The Most High doesn't waste pain. He invests it. Your testimony is now a deposited asset in the kingdom economy. It pays dividends forever. The narcissist funded your testimony. They paid for your platform. Comment my testimony is paid for if you receive that. Now let's talk about the moment. The moment you knew. Not the moment they raged. The moment you saw. There's a specific anatomy to this moment. Phase 1, the glitch. A comment that doesn't land. A joke that isn't funny. A concern that feels like control. A help that feels like sabotage. You feel it in your body first. Chest tight. Throat thick. Stomach drop. Your spirit is faster than your mind. Your spirit knew before you had words. Phase 2, the gaslight. You bring it up. That hurt. That felt off. Immediately, you're too sensitive. You're crazy. You're imagining things. I was just trying to help. Why are you always starting something? The reversal. The projection. The instant flip. Your reality is erased in real time. Phase 3, the Hoover. You pull away. Suddenly, they're kind. They remember your favorite coffee. They apologize. They cry. They promise. The love bombing returns. Just enough to hook you. Just enough to make you doubt your clarity. Phase 4, the cycle repeats. But shorter. The glitch comes faster. The gaslight hits harder. The Hoover lasts shorter. The mask is slipping. The spirit is getting desperate. Phase 5, the discard. Or you discard. You leave. You file. You block. You move to Oregon. And the mask fully comes off. The raid. The smear campaign. The victim narrative. The I was the one abused. The Leviathan reveals its teeth. Here's what the enemy doesn't want you to know. Every phase was permission. Every phase was training. Every phase was the Most High showing you the anatomy of the spirit. You are now a specialist. You can spot Leviathan in 7 seconds. 7 seconds. That's how long it takes. The micro expression. The tone shift. The word choice. The energy. You have a spiritual radar now that cost you everything to install. But it's installed. And it works. You will never be fooled again. Not by a partner. Not by a pastor. Not by a politician. Not by a friend. You are now Leviathan-proof. Comment 7 seconds if you know you have the radar. Let's talk about the trauma bond breaking. Because this is where most chosen ones get stuck. The trauma bond is not in your mind. It's in your nervous system. Your body misses the abuse. Your body craves the cycle. Your body sends you dreams, flashbacks, panic attacks, what-if spirals, because your body is withdrawing. This is not spiritual weakness. This is biology. The intermittent reinforcement, the crumbs, created a dopamine addiction stronger than cocaine. You are detoxing. And detox hurts. It feels like dying. It feels like you're the crazy one. You're not. You're healing. The Most High knows this. He doesn't judge the withdrawal. He meets you in it. Psalm 34, verse 18. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Crushed in spirit. That's the detox. That's the 3 a.m. panic. That's the dream where they're nice again. He is near, not disappointed. Near, put your hand on your chest right now. Say, this is withdrawal. This is healing. The Most High is near. Do it every time the wave hits. You are not going back. You are coming out. Comment detoxing if you're in the wave right now. Now, the smear campaign. This is the final test. The narcissist tells their story first. They tell the church. They tell the family. They tell the friends. They tell the court. They paint you as the villain. The unstable one. The ungrateful one. The rebellious one. And people believe them. Because the narcissist is charming. They're convincing. They perform victimhood better than you perform truth. Here's the hard word. You do not defend yourself. You don't. Not because you're weak. Because the Most High is your defense. Exodus 14, verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Hold your peace. Let them believe the lie. Let them choose the lie. Their belief in the lie reveals their level. You don't need those people in your palace. The smear campaign is the final purge. Everyone who believes it, they were never yours. They were assigned to the old season. Let the lie do the sorting. Your job, silence. Your job, Oregon. Your job, happy daughter. Your job, new life. The truth doesn't need a press conference. The truth is, and the Most High he sees. He knows. He records. Your vindication is not their apology. Your vindication is your peace. Come and hold my peace if you're dropping the defense. Let's talk about the Christian narcissist. This is the deepest wound. The one who uses scripture to control. Who quotes submit while they destroy. Who weaponizes forgive while they repeat. Who hides behind anointing while they abuse. This is the spirit of the Pharisees. Matthew 23. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you devour widows' houses, and for pretense make long prayers. They use the word to wound. They use the name of Jesus to crucify you. This is the Leviathan in its most religious form. And it fools the elect. But you are chosen, you are elect. You see it. The veil is torn. You see the rot behind a robe. Do not argue theology with them. They don't know God. They use God. There is a difference. You walk away. You shake the dust. You keep your mantle. Now the court, the legal battle, the custody, the assets, the lies under oath. This is where the chosen ones lose their minds, because it feels like justice is on trial. It's not. The courtroom is not the throne room. The judge is not the Most High. The verdict is not the final word. The Most High has a higher court, and he has the final decree. Every lie they tell in that courtroom, he hears. Every document they forge, he sees. Every dollar they hide, he knows. Every child they manipulate, he watches. Your job is not to win the court case. Your job is to keep your soul. Your job is to protect the children. Your job is to tell the truth once, then rest. The Most High specializes in overturning verdicts. He specializes in, I normally don't allow this. That judge, that phrase, I normally don't allow it. That is the Most High speaking through his secular mouth. He does it all the time. Expect the exception. Expect the unusual ruling. Expect the sudden settlement. Expect the witness who changes their story. The Most High rigs the system for his children. But you must stay in your lane. You don't scheme. You don't spy. You don't manipulate. You trust. You document. You pray. You show up, and you let him fight comment higher court if you're releasing the legal outcome to him. The children. This is the sacred ground. The narcissist targets the children. They triangulate. They alienate. They confuse. They use them as weapons. This is where you war, not with fists, with prayer, with presence, with consistency, with truth, with boundaries, with therapy, with advocacy, with love that doesn't flinch. You are the anchor, the steady one, the safe one, the one who doesn't rage, the one who doesn't confuse, the one who doesn't make them choose. You are the portrait of the Father to them. Every time you choose peace over reaction, you show them God. Every time you validate their reality, you show them God. Every time you say your dad is struggling, but you are safe with me, you show them God. You don't need to poison them against the other parent. The truth will emerge. The child will see. The child will know. Your job is to be the parent the Most High designed you to be, not the victim, not the warrior. The parent, the steady, safe, praying, present, free parent. That is the greatest revenge. That is the greatest testimony. Comment anchor if you're choosing to be the safe harbor. Now the healing. Real healing. Not moving on. Healing, stage 1 grief. You grieve the marriage you thought you had. You grieve the years. You grieve the dreams. You grieve the person you were before they broke you. You let yourself weep. Fully, ugly, loud, long. The Most High collects those tears. Psalm 56 verse 8. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Every tear recorded, bottled, valued. Stage 2 anger. Holy anger. This was wrong. What they did was evil. They stole from me. You speak it. You write it. You scream it in the desert. You release it. Anger is not sin. Anger is energy. Use it to build the fence. Stage 3, the reframe. You reinterpret the timeline. Not, why did this happen to me? Why did this happen for me? You see the 7 reasons. You see the gold. You see the authority. You see the testimony. You see the clean circle. You see the radar. You thank the Most High for the fire. Not the abuse, never the abuse, but the refining, the awakening, the positioning stage for the new identity. You become the woman who lives in Oregon, the woman who is happy, the woman whose daughter is happy, the woman who knows, the woman who sees, the woman who speaks, the woman who leads, the woman who heals. You don't get over it. You grow through it. You become someone the abuse cannot touch. Stage 5, the ministry. Your pain becomes someone else's ladder. Your story becomes someone else's breakthrough. Your voice becomes someone else's courage. You are the oil now. The crushing produced the oil. Pour it out. Common oil if you're ready to pour. Let's talk about the new love. Because this terrifies chosen ones. You think, I'll never trust again. I'll never open again. I'll never risk again. That's a lie from the pit. The Most High restores. He replaces. He exceeds. But the new love looks different. It doesn't feel like the old love. The old love was fireworks. The new love is a hearth. The old love was intensity. The new love is a